Hi, I'm Kate with Teaching for the Love, and today we're going to practice spelling the OR sound with the letters O-A-R. This is not the most common spelling of the OR sound, but we still need to learn it. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to show you a picture and tell you a word to spell. You are going to count the sounds in the word, and then we will work together to spell each sound until we have spelled the entire word. Let's get started. This picture is of a chalkboard. Our word is board. Board. How many sounds do you hear in the word board? There are 3 sounds in the word board. What's the first sound you hear in board? B, b. What letter makes the B sound? The letter B. What's the next sound you hear in the word board? B, or. Remember, the or sound is spelled O-A-R in the words we're practicing today. What's the last sound you hear in the word board? Board. D. What letter makes the D sound? The letter D. This is how you spell board. In our next picture, we have 2 kinds of salt. We have a fine salt and a coarse salt. The arrow is pointing to the coarse salt. Our word is coarse. Coarse. How many sounds do you hear in the word coarse? There are 3 sounds in coarse. What's the first sound you hear in coarse? K, k. The k sound is spelled with the letter C because of the cat-kite rule. What's the next sound you hear in coarse? K, or. Remember, the or sound is spelled O-A-R in the words we are learning today. What's the last sound you hear in coarse? S. Usually the letter S makes the S sound. At the end of a word, sometimes we need that E after the S. This is how you spell coarse. Our next picture has an oar. You use oars to row a boat. Our word is oar. How many sounds do you hear in the word oar? There is just 1 sound in the word oar, and we spell it O-A-R. Our next picture is a boar. Boar. How many sounds do you hear in the word boar? There are 2 sounds in the word boar. What's the first sound you hear? B, b. What letter makes the B sound? The letter B. What's the next sound you hear in the word boar? Or, spelled O-A-R. Awesome job. Our next picture has a girl. She's holding her throat. She might have a sore throat, but her voice is hoarse. Hoarse. That's a crackly voice that kind of hurts. Hoarse. How many sounds do you hear in the word horse? There are 3 sounds in the word horse. What's the first sound you hear? What letter makes the sound? The letter H. What's the next sound you hear? Or. The or sound is going to be spelled O-A-R. This is different from the animal horse, which sounds the same but is spelled differently. What's the last sound you hear in the word horse? We've got the S sound at the end of the word. We spell that with the letter S and an E. This is how you spell horse. Next, we have a lion, and it is roaring. Our word is roar. Roar. How many sounds do you hear in the word roar? There are 2 sounds in the word roar. What's the first sound you hear? What letter makes the sound? The letter R. What's the next sound you hear in roar? Or, spelled O-A-R. This is how you spell roar. Our last word for today has an eagle, and it is flying. It's so beautiful. Our word is soar. Soar. How many sounds do you hear in the word soar? There are 2 sounds in the word soar. What's the first sound in soar? What letter makes the S sound? The letter S. And what's the next sound you hear in soar? Or, spelled O-A-R. That's it for today. Thank you so much for spelling with me. I'll see you next time.